Hi guys, Ken here, your Thrifty Apprentice, and welcome back to the studio. Today we are going to be having a Thrifty review video in which we will be taking a look at Artist Loft Fundamentals 24-piece watercolor pencil set. I picked my pencil set up from my local Michaels, or you can source them from michaels.com. The packaging for the pencils is the standard Fundamentals logo stamping on the box. The back of the box says that the pencils are ideal for shading, blending, and pencil wash. Has a wide spectrum of brilliant colors. Comes pre-sharpened and can be used wet or dry. There is a list of the colors included in the box in alphabetical order. And it tells you that the pencils are made in Taiwan and that the other contents are made and assembled in China. So the pretty standard packaging for their fundamental line, which is actually a wide range of products. So let's take a look at the pencils themselves. We have 24 pencils. The barrel of the pencil is shaded to match the pigment. The pigments are wax-based, held together and encased in wood. The pencils are octagonal shape, which I actually like because it keeps the pencils from rolling around too much and getting away from you while you're trying to work with them. They contain the color name, which is located at the back end of the barrel, which is a good thing. So as you sharpen, you'll still be able to see the name of the color that you're working with on the barrel. So I like that as well. Now the box nor the pencils themselves include any light fast information. Now pigment information is not a standard thing with watercolor pencils, but companies like Arteza, Caran d'Ache, Faber-Castell have kind of spoiled me because they actually put their light fast information on their pencils or included in the box. And as you guys know, I will always confess to being a watercolor pencil just freak. Love them, love them, love them. So there you have them, 24 standard colors. Those colors are black, blue, violet, carmine, red, cherry red, clay yellow, dark blue, dark brown, dark green, dark pink, emerald green, golden yellow, gray, ivory, lavender, light blue, light brown, light yellow, medium brown, ocean blue, olive, orange, vermilion, white, and yellow green. So there is a wide variety of colors included in this pack. Now, let's take a look at some of the things that I have done with the pencils so you guys can get a feel for how they lay down. I've done cards with the pencils. The colors come out really vibrant and beautiful, just like the box says. It does have a wide spectrum of brilliant colors. I've used the pencils in a very light application where I was going for more an airy feel with the painting. They worked really well in that aspect. I've used the pencils in a more heavier pressured setting where I was actually doing a complete landscape with them, just something basic and simple, just to see how the pencils would perform and react, how they would blend, how well they laid down on paper. And I actually love the depth and color that I was able to achieve with this particular painting. And this is done all in the watercolor pencils. And then I also did a tutorial which went up on the channel, I don't know, last video or video 2 back. Can't remember when it was. I'm starting to do so many of them now. But here is where I used koi watercolors, and because I couldn't achieve the depth and color that I wanted, I knew the pencils were more opaque and would give me more of the feel that I wanted. So I kind of added the pencils into the watercolor and became a mixed water media painting. And I was finally able to achieve the depth and color. So what am I saying with all this? I'm saying that the pencils, while we're taking a look at the swatch sheet, were really kind of good. I mean, the fact that the pencils are Artist Loft, and I have tried other Artist Loft products, I tend to want to try to give the other products a chance, even if I don't like one that I've previously purchased. Now, I have reviewed Artist Loft watercolors on this channel before, and I was not very impressed with them at all. However, these pencils are actually a different story. Funny thing is, they run around the same price. You can pick up Artist Loft watercolors in a 36 cake palette for about $5.99. Ironically enough, $5.99 is the price of the pencil, this 24 set of watercolor pencils as well. And this set does come in sets of 12 and 24, so I think 24 is probably the maximum number of watercolor pencils that they offer in their fundamentals line. Now, they do have another line, as I told you guys earlier, that's packaged in like a blue and white box. And I'm not sure how many pencils are in that line. And the barrels are actually a different color. They're like all wood with colored shading on the ends. And I'm not sure if that's like a different quality of pencil or what. But I've kind of been curious, and I may actually pick up a small 12 pack just to give them a try to see how they compare to the fundamentals line. But let's just take a look at the swatch sheet here. You can see that the colors are really bright. These are really nice. This is an economical line of watercolor pencils here. We're talking $5.99. It breaks down to about 24 cents a pencil. And as I was using them, I was thinking about some more expensive pencils that I've used, because I do own like Caran d'Ache. I do own a few few Faber-Castell that I bought open stock. I own a few Derwent that I bought open stock. So I kind of had those pencils in the back of my mind because that's what you tend to compare things to as I was using these. And I was actually quite impressed with the coloration and the amount of pigment that I was able to get from these pencils, considering how economically priced they were. So, I mean, I didn't do any color mixing here, so I'm going to do some color mixing as we talk about these a little bit more. The pros of the pencils are definitely that, again, because of the shape, they don't roll and run away from you. The pencils are really comfortable to hold. The pigment lays down really easily. The lids are kind of a sort of a semi-soft, creamy lid. I mean, it's not a hard lid at all, and it's not hard to get the pigment to lay down. I mean, I'm not really using much pressure there at all, and you guys can see that yellow pretty well on camera, I think. Let me zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see what's going on. I mean, I think that's pretty good considering the amount of pressure I was using. I'm just going to leave that yellow there, and I'll grab a red. Let me see. Let's grab a cherry red, which is a deep red, and we'll come in from the other side so you guys can see the coloration that lays down. And we're going to actually overlap those right into each other to see how they're going to mix. And this cherry red might not be the best example. And that first color I was using is golden yellow. So we're just going to go back and blend those. And then I will grab a water brush. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that. I had to grab a water brush right quick. And I'm just going to start with my yellow here and just apply water to that and blend. I want you guys to see that. And I actually was able, that blended an orange right away really nicely. And I'm gonna come back on the other end and just blend out the red. But I just wanted you guys to see, and that's a water brush. Keep in mind, water brushes will constantly put out water as you go. But I just want you guys to see that blend there. That actually created a really beautiful and bright orange. The pencils are really nice for drawing. Now, you will have to be careful if you're going to use a pencil to actually draw. I typically use the gray. Like, for instance, if you're drawing in a landscape, let's see here. We're just going to, I just use a light amount of pressure. I'm just drawing in a horizon there. And that's because so much pigment does come out that you really do have to be light. I kind of got that. I got that wet. I'm not sure how I got that pencil wet, but I did somehow or another. But I'm just going to use that gray there to trace out that little mountainscape. And then I'll use this dark blue, and I'm just gonna go in and shade this in. Again, I'm just showing you guys the amount of pigment you're able to get from such an economical brand of pencils. And watercolor pencils offer you so much more control than paints do. And I'm trying to become much better about using my paints, but I reach for my pencils so much because I love them so much. And I'm just going to grab my brush, and it still has some red on it. That's okay. And I'm just gonna liquefy that color and blend it out some there so you guys can see that they actually lay down really nice amount of pigment, and that was a very light amount of pressure that I was adding when I was coloring. So imagine what we could get with more pressure. We'll do one right quick. I just kind of wanted you guys to see that. And it's not, I mean, this isn't going to win any awards. I'm just doing it so you guys can see the color that comes out of the pencil there. You guys see that? So again, I'm able to get a nice amount of color. Let's do a lighter color and a heavier pressure and see exactly how much it's going to lay down. Let's try this ivory. I think this will be a nice test. So we're going to take this ivory, and we're just going to, I'm going to really put some pressure on it here and let you see the amount of pigment you can get from that. As a matter of fact, let's put yellow under that. I'm gonna blend those right into each other, just like I would be doing if I was doing a landscape. And again, I'm just gonna put a really nice amount of pressure here because I want you guys to see the difference. Now keep in mind, that was just light pressure here. That was light pressure. This is a lot more pressure being added to the pencils. And then I'm just gonna, let me flip this sideways. Clean that brush a little bit on this paper up here. All right, let's see. You guys see that? Let's just go in and liquefy those colors. Again, look at the amount of pigment that remains on the paper. Now you guys know with watercolor pencils, once you start to actually liquefy them, you tend to start to lose color. Now that's not the prettiest color combination in the world. No, it's not. However, I just wanted you guys to see the amount of pigment that these pencils put down. So suffice it to say, I'm a fan of the pencils. This review is not going to be too long at all. I did just want to kind of jump on and show you guys these because, again, this is in an economical range, and I'm not going to get too into details about them. I mean, it is what it is. $5.99 for the box of 24 pencils, break down to about 24 cents a pencils. 24 cents a pencil, excuse me. Now, I probably would not use these pencils to do anything that I was going to sell or any type of commission work or anything that I was making money off of, or anything on a professional level at all, because again, I'm not very sure how light fast the pencils are at all. But for like everyday use, like this particular set of pencils is in my travel bag. I use them for on-the-go sketching and on-the-go painting with my pencils. I use them in my sketchbooks and my art books, and I use them when I'm doing like the tutorials that I do and upload, and just the little paintings that I do when I'm testing stuff out for like these review videos. So in that aspect, I think the pencils are wonderful. I think they would be a really nice gift for someone. So I would definitely recommend the Artist Loft Fundamental watercolor pencils. I do not recommend the paints, but I do definitely recommend the watercolor pencils, especially at $5.99 for the box. And I'm pretty sure that the 12 pack is even cheaper if you wanted to just start off with the 12 pack to see if you really like the pencils and to get a feel for them. I'll put a link for both the 12 as well as the 24 pack of pencils in the description below. Guys, if you like any of the information that you heard in this video, you find any of it useful as far as things that you may be interested in buying, again, great starter set of watercolor pencils. put down a lot of pigmentation. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell so that you can keep up with any of the new content that we're uploading. Head on over to the Thrifty Apprentice Facebook page and like us there so you can keep up with what goes on in the studio, both on camera. Guys, please share the video. Remember that sharing is caring. We are to grow the channel and to grow our art community so that we can all learn and grow together. And as I tell you in every video, whether we're painting or not, you should always just keep painting.